You know we had to cap it off with Jesus. Edge life, you're too close to the ledge. We gon' push you forward a few steps ahead. It's that edge life. Oh, gotta get it in your head, baby. Welcome to the edge life. You're too close to the ledge. We gon' push you forward a few steps ahead. It's that edge life. Oh, gotta get it in your head. Welcome to the edge life.
Welcome to that Edge Life. What's going on, good people? Your guy, Philip Edge, Carry Edge. You know what it is. Sunday, fun day, and another day for us to get down and get with it on the Edge Life.
It's the Edge Life.
It is. Hey, honey, this is episode number 39 of the Edge Life.
Wow.
Like, can you believe, like, we actually have 39 full episodes of our podcast? I'm geeked about that.
Doesn't seem like, that many. I just enjoy having this opportunity to, chop it up with you and with our viewers on Facebook.
Absolutely.
And then also for those who are listening on everywhere podcasts are heard.
I'm telling you. So you just said it. If you have not checked out the other 38 episodes, make sure that you go to Edge Life 7 on all of your podcast platforms and make sure that you download and subscribe, because I do believe there's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good content, a lot of good stuff to make you go, right? Arsenio Hall for my, more seasoned people. But, man, today's awesome. I'm feeling good.
We had a really great day today.
Yep.
We celebrated 1 year with the church.
Yeah.
And
can you believe that? 1 year church planting. Yeah, exactly. We have 1 year of church planting.
Well, we have 1 year of church planting with Crossover Church ATL.
That's right.
So, we've planted before.
Yep.
And we're not novice to it, but hey, every time is different.
Yeah.
And this has been extremely different.
Well, when you say different, tell the people, like, what has made this different? What is different about this time around?
So this time around, there was way more wisdom, I think, involved in the process, and really building a team of people to plant. It's one thing to have a heart to want to do something, and it's another thing to have a plan.
Yeah.
So you can have a heart to do something, and it's not that God can't be a part of helping you do it, or that you can't accomplish it, but there's just a whole lot more of a struggle, I would say, that you have to go through. And shout out to Pastor Scott and Pastor Tammy.
Shout out.
Pastor Tammy made a comment this morning. It was this morning. That we had one of the largest launch teams.
Yeah.
So I can remember, when we planted our first church, when we planted Impact. It was like us and the kids.
Yeah. I remember.
When God said did it, we were just very obedient and went and did it. And I believe that God blessed that. But it literally was, he was preaching to us in some empty chairs.
And sometimes they went to the bathroom and left me all by myself.
And he still preached.
And I had to keep on going, right?
Yeah. And then, slowly but surely, God started sending people and whatnot. So this time it was different. Pastor Scott, Pastor Tammy have been doing a lot to kind of sow seeds and start a harvest and that sort of thing. So there were a lot of people that were already connected with the City Takers movement, which really is what sparked the need for Crossover Church, ATL.
So ministry was already
happening. So it was organic.
Right.
It just organically evolved to a place where we need a church.
Right.
Like, these people feel marginalized or they're de-churched and there's nowhere for them to fit.
Right.
And though we tell them find a good church and we encourage them to find one and we give them, hey, try here, do this, do that. There was just a need for a church.
Yeah.
And we were excited to help Pastor Scott, or we are excited to help them, fill that need.
Yeah, just undergirding great leadership, being able to do what we can to add, a little something, to the movement and what we have going on. And you said we had a large launch team, and we had like 100+ people just helping to launch the church. These aren't necessarily even quote unquote members. These are launch team people, right? So it was really, really awesome. Our first actual service, we had over 500 people in attendance, and God gets all the glory for that. That was an amazing, amazing experience. And today has blown my mind. I mean, we literally wound up having a block party today. We had 11 people baptized on today, which was amazing. And for me, one of the cool things that happened today was literally we were on our way and we're getting ready to leave. And this one young lady, she comes over to me. She says, "Can I still get baptized?" And we're like, the water
is water still wet?
The water is still wet, right? The water is still good. Let's go. And she went and she got changed, and she jumped right in the water. It was super, super excited. So that's the kind of excitement and fire that is happening down in Atlanta, watching people's lives literally be changed. I mean, today we had rappers, we had dancers, we had singers,
using everything.
We had, the fire of God was going heavy. We had hot dogs and popcorn
and ice cold drinks.
Yeah,
actually, no, we had snow cones.
We had snow cones
and ice cream.
Yeah, so it was super, super cool. A super cool experience. We have some of the most talented people who are just so excited and ready to use their gifts. From producers to, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Crazy. And I think for so many people, especially young people, our church is really, it's a mixture of lots of different age people, different shades of brown people. It's really awesome. It's what heaven's going to look like, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But just to have a place for people to be able to come and use that gift, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And some of them are they're non-traditional, if you will.
Yeah.
And there potentially are churches that would not allow space or make room for these particular gifts. Like, some churches are still a little bit uncertain about wrapping and those sorts of things. And so just to see people come into the fullness of what God has placed on the inside of them, and to provide them space to do that, that is just so, for me, that just does something for me.
Yeah.
Because I want to just be able to speak into people's lives and allow the Lord to just whatever He has to do in me to help them become everything they're supposed to be. Like that just gets me, pumped up and excited. We're trying to get to Jessa's birthday. Shout out to Jessa Shiree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she turned 16 today.
Another 16-year-old.
Another 16.
Well, she crossed the threshold. She's crossing the threshold. Yeah.
And so we were trying to get home so that we could, take her out to eat for her birthday, just juggling the multitude of things that we need to do. The edge life.
The edge life, absolutely. Absolutely.
Had a young man, Jay Biz, he pulled me to the side and he said, "Pastor," he said, "I wanted to talk to you today. It was just fitting." He said, "Do you remember what you told me?" And I said, "Yeah, I remember parts of what I told you." And the Lord just had a word for him. Almost maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
And to just hear that the Lord is just moving in people's lives and doing things. And, God is always true to His word, and He's always faithful. But this young man sees himself kind of in a dark place in what he's doing in an internship, and just really feeling the confidence of being a light, and then also just God working some things in him.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's hard to be the light in the darkness.
Yeah, it's heavy.
And God was just like, "Man, serve, just serve, and you're where you're supposed to be." So. He was like, I shouldn't even be here because I don't even have the technical skills to really be here. But God just opening that door, and Him just taking the time to pull me to the side
to just say that,
and for me to be able to just pray with Him and say, "Man, I'm praying for you. We're covering you.
That's right.
You just keep on, keep on."
Yep. So many experiences today, and again, we get home and we're able to celebrate. We actually had a whole birthday weekend for this 16-year-old of ours, and it's funny even saying that Carrie asked Jessa, she said, "So do you want to celebrate Saturday or Sunday?" And Jessa was like,
"Or both." That's what I said.
Or both. And she's like, "Well, how about
both?"
Both, But that's definitely our daughter. We had a great time. with her. We had a special cake made.
A special
Oh my
delivery.
gosh, a special delivery. I wish I could bring and share it with all of you all, our viewers, but it was like a strawberry, white chocolate, cheesecake, crunch cake. And that thing right there was,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. I mean, like, you only needed a small little dab, but shout out to Bronze Hudson and his delicious delights. And man, that dude right there
he did that.
definitely put his foot in the cheesecake. So
yeah.
So we're still celebrating, we're still having a good time, and we're actually here with you all today, giving you part 2 of this question session, because last week we were going and we got so heavy and deep into the questions, which you all had some great questions.
Yeah, there were a lot of great questions.
Yeah, and you all even sent us even more great questions, and we haven't really been able to answer all of them. So we said that we wanted to come back today and try to see if we could get through a couple more questions and answer them for you. So I will say, first and foremost, if you're joining us, make sure you share this out, because we're just going to be sharing from our heart today and answering questions. There is no question off limit. There is no question that is crazy, and I can't even believe that I'm saying that. But any question
that would only be the question you don't ask is the one they say is a silly question, right?
Yeah. Any question you want to ask, feel free to put it in the chat feature, or you can DM or even text us. For those of you
if you're not brave enough to
our number,
you want to know something, but you're not brave enough to actually put it out there, you can
you can check
hit
us
up
out.
our DM.
You can check us out.
Send it in Messenger.
Send
it in Messenger. We'll try to monitor that. If you'll monitor that, I'll monitor this here.
Awesome. Well, we need to go on and jump in.
As we're waiting for questions. One of the things that I shared with you all on the last one was a really great article from Focus on the Family, where it was talking about there are 9 great questions that married couples should frequently ask each other, and then how to phrase your questions.
Right.
So that they're not offensive, but you can still get the information that you need. So that's a great article.
I feel like something's coming my way.
Like a bus?
No, like a question. Well, maybe a bus too. Maybe a bus too.
So let's see. Let's start with this one, because we help people live and lead well. That's that's our whole mission, is to help you live and lead well. And we try to live and lead well as well.
Yeah,
there's a lot of wells in there.
There is.
Hey, but with well, you're never out of water. So teamwork is a big part of leading well and even living well that we've found. We obviously have a little mini team here in the Edge household. So, what makes you and I a good team, and how could we be a better team?
What makes us a good team, and how could we be a better team? I would say the thing that makes us a good team, number one, is we complement each other. Meaning where you are strong or where I am strong, I'm able to cover you in those areas of growth, and you're able to cover me in those areas of growth that I have also. So we balance each other. It's like on our team, we don't have a team of 5 point guards or 11 quarterbacks or 11 offensive linemen. We give each other room to be us, to use the gifts that God has placed on the inside of us to uplift and undergird our family. I think the other thing that makes us a good team is we're able to listen well. And I think listening and communicating, especially on any team, but specifically a marriage, because a marriage really is a team. I believe it's critical. When it's easy to communicate in good times, it's easy to communicate when everything is perfect. But what happens when there's a fire? And you have to communicate. How do you do that? How do you not overtalk each other? How do you not, go crazy with each other? How do you not get mad at each other because you're not being heard? Those kinds of things. And I think we do a really, really solid job at being able to listen, and not listening to talk, but listening to understand. And I think we do a great job in giving each other room to use our gifts that help us and our family to be successful. I think one area that we may grow in. I think for us, because we listen to each other so much. I think a lot of times we spend listening to each other and making sure that that we hear each other and that we're clear. Sometimes I don't think we spend as much time in action mode.
Yeah.
And doing the things that we've either conversated about, talked about. It's like we have an agreement, but sometimes we're in analysis paralysis as opposed to action mode. So
Mm-hmm.
I think for us, even sometimes we might be able to do a better job just going forth and doing, as opposed to analyzing, figuring out, writing down, dreaming, like acting. So
Yeah. When that would fit very well with my personality type, because
Yeah.
I'm very action oriented.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
to that I would say, watching Zoe plays volleyball,
Mm-hmm.
and a good team definitely does communicate.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I've noticed about them is that sometimes they will call the ball.
Right.
Anybody who's played volleyball knows that
Right.
you got to call for the ball, but not always just because you call for the ball.
Yeah.
Are you the one acting,
Right.
because the other person is not either listening or is already too far into their response to back out to
Yeah.
allow you to have it? And typically when that happens, something is amiss.
Right.
Someone you both try to hit the ball, and the ball goes somewhere crazy,
Right.
or you both like step back at the wrong moment and the
Right.
ball hits the ground, or that sort of thing. So definitely, to those of you who are listening out there, communication is extremely important,
Mm-hmm.
but it is a very also strongly connected with acting.
Yeah.
And so, you can't just talk about it. You have to move forward. And if you say you got it, get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got it. Don't move.
And sometimes on the court, like literally you'll see somebody say, I got it. But then all of a sudden there's this look on their face of like
Right.
a lack of confidence.
Right.
Like, oh, are you going to get it? 'Cause you're moving in this way too. And then they just let it go. And then both of them sit there like frustrated at each other. And, if that happens enough, then what happens on the team? The team starts to kind of unravel.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they get frazzled.
Yeah.
And then the ball's coming back. It's
Yep.
indefinitely.
A
few seconds later,
Next
here comes
serve.
that ball.
Yep.
Next serve. So, life lessons from volleyball, and I really could go on and on with that
that's a good
analogy,
one.
but I won't. So you have a question for me, sir?
I do. Before I ask this question, I will say, for those of you who are in relationships, who are on a job, and it just seems like things are coming unraveled, do like they do in volleyball. Call a timeout. They don't do it this way. They do it this way, right? That's a 20-second timeout in basketball. But call a timeout wherever you are, and what a timeout will do, it'll give you an opportunity to stop, pause, reflect, and ask yourself, where are you and what are we doing wrong? And it'll give you that breather to be able to correct the issue so that you can get back in the game. Remember, a timeout is not permanent. A timeout is a temporary moment for you to pause, reflect, correct whatever's wrong, and get back in the game of life. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, I
just reminds you of your role. Like
Absolutely.
It's a role reminder.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, this is what you've agreed to do in this team.
Right.
Or hey, Philip, Carrie's doing this.
Right.
Like, second ball, like she's the setter.
Yep.
She gets ball number 2. It don't matter where it goes on the court.
Yep. Let her get it.
Let her get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Great question.
Yeah.
All right, so let me give you this one. We just celebrated the 1-year anniversary at church. We're celebrating a birthday today of our daughter who is 16 years old, and what that means is that they've had one revolution around the whole earth, right?
Yep.
So I really want you to take a moment and think about this past year. Okay. Think about this past year, the ups, the downs, the goods, the bads, and I want you to answer this question: How have things changed over the last year for you? Like how have you changed? Let me ask it that way: How have you changed over the last year?
I got cheated out of my summer. No, I think one of the things that for me, those of you who know me, I am a go-getter, and I'm like a bulldog. I just go after stuff.
Yeah.
If I know something has to get done, I'm just a very driven person. But I think one of the things this year that I have really been tried to be very conscientious about is what you were talking about with the timeout. You know, sometimes you need to rest. Resting doesn't mean quitting.
Right.
It just means that you have to rest and rejuvenate and recuperate. Because I am so very driven, sometimes I forget about myself. And working with in mental health. I'm preaching all the time about certain things.
Right.
And I really started to really take those things on myself and say, you know what? I need to love myself.
Right.
I need to take some time for myself and just being more intentional about doing those things. Because even when I was doing things for myself, like when I did personal training and I would work out, I wasn't really working out for me. I was working out because
somebody else needed
they were working out.
Yeah.
And I worked out with them to encourage them. And so I was reaping the benefits, but in a way, but it wasn't really for me. And so it didn't feel like it was something I was doing for myself.
Right.
But now when y'all come home and I disappear with my AirPods.
Yeah. You go for a walk.
I go for a jog.
Jog, excuse me. It would be a walk for me.
No.
But yeah.
When I go and I do that, that's that's me.
That's you time.
That's really for me. Or if I go in to the workout room and I get on my rowing machine, I do that for me. And I've just been more intentional about doing things for myself so that I'm better for the others that I've been called to serve.
That's really good.
And lead.
Yeah.
And as I'm growing older, I realize the importance of that. And so, if that's you, if you're just a really driven person, in the past, I was really driven by the spirit of perfectionism, and just always felt that pressure and living up to certain expectations and all those sorts of things. And really, it was my own expectations. And I just want to say to you that if that's you, excellence is a product of investment. And excellence can only come forth when you have invested properly in yourself. I can't be excellent if I'm on, half a tank. Athletes, scholars, everyone, whatever tools you're using, you have to make an investment into self.
Right.
You have to rest in self. And that's just so very important. So if you want to be more excellent, really ask yourself, are you really putting in an investment into yourself?
That's good.
Taking a moment. So I know sometimes we have extremely busy lives and maybe you only have a moment.
Right.
But take it. Take it when it comes.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
It's on you. So what you gonna do?
So what is something that we used to do that you would like to do again? And what did you enjoy most about that thing?
What is something that we used to do that I would like to do again? Something that we used to do that I would like to do again. And as you can tell, these are real. We haven't prepped each other for these questions. So this is it's a real question. Something that we used to do that I would like to do again. Well, aside from this, may be obvious for many of you watching and listening to us, since we have been in the COVID season. The COVID season has not allowed us the opportunity to really get away and vacation. And I know, the past several years, we've paused and reflected and, gone away and got the girls and Kai and whatnot. And we've been able to actually go and enjoy ourselves and breathe. This year we didn't have that opportunity, with COVID, it was just kind of crazy, so because we didn't have that opportunity, you can feel it. I mean, we've been impacted. Now, again, it's been great being at home and being with you and being with the children, but I know that they're probably also missing and longing that. that getaway, if you will. That
just a change of scenery.
Yeah, change of scenery. So, not that it's been that long, but it does feel like it's been a long time since we, as a family, have gone away. Because a year seems like it's been like 40 or 50 years. This year,
Is it that bad?
Hey, 2020 has been a long, long year, right? So it's just
I don't know. I feel like it's been a short year.
No, it's been
I
it's
feel
been
like
a
it was
long.
accelerated. I feel like my birthday and
Yeah,
I feel like some things were stolen.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think no, a lot of things do feel like they're stolen, but from the standpoint of being able to get away, it just feels like we've been here, And again, there's nothing wrong with being here. We're just here. So I know that I would like to maybe get away and go somewhere. I don't know where that where is, but I would love to get away and go somewhere. I think we've really been trying to live our best life as of lately, even doing simple things like riding bikes or going for walks. Those are things that we had gotten away from, and the bike riding was something totally new. So I think there are some things that we've added, some components that we've added that have been really, really awesome. I don't know. I don't know. And what was the second part to that question?
Oh, what about that do you enjoy the most?
Oh, just the thing that I do enjoy the most about being able to get away is just really watching everyone's face and the excitement that they have to experience things. What I've learned in my couple years is with our family, it's really about how we make memories together. Last night, Jessa and Saray and Zoe and friends were sitting down and they were looking at pictures. And it was the coolest thing to be able to hear them, even though I was half asleep. But
yes, you were.
But being able to hear them giggling and talking about memories. And one thing that I know that we can give our children are memories. And those are things that whether we are here or not, they will take with them, and those will live forever in their hearts, right? Those memories. So I want to make certain that we can give and experience memories with them.
Yeah.
And I think that's, for me, that's a big thing.
Yeah, we took a class about happiness at Yale.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we learned, we took it together, y'all.
We did.
So that was something we did together.
Yeah,
maybe we should do again. He waits till last minute to do his homework, though. Yeah, and it makes me mad because I don't wait till last minute. He still gets a decent grade.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways.
Your boy's smart.
He is smart. That's why he's mine. No, but that was one of the things that really came out in the class. And it was something that I already knew. But memories, y'all, like really hear what Philip said. It's not about the amount of money that you spend.
Right.
And honestly, it's not even about the quantity of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the quality of time that you make in people, just building memories. Just sometimes the little impromptu, something out of the norm, break of scenery, like, come on, let's just go do this, can leave the most lasting impression. One of the things the girls were talking about was our little girls' day. Yeah. And we just went, like, there's, and we live in Rome, Georgia, and there are rivers kind of a little bit of everywhere. And y'all, I'm not from here. I'm so sorry. There was one river in Louisville. And so it was easy to know which one it was. But I'm not even sure where, which river we were at. But I just took the girls and just let them explore and play. And there was a little dock out there, and they got muddy, and we climbed on rocks, and we took pictures where they were posing, and they took pictures of me because they thought that was so cool. And they were looking at those pictures, and they were like, oh, that was so fun, you know, and that was just random, impromptu. So it doesn't have to cost a lot. It doesn't have to take a whole lot of time, but you know what? Do it while you can. If there's one thing that COVID, I think, has shown us is the value of things.
Yeah, true.
Some things are just invaluable. Like you don't know what tomorrow will hold. And so you just have to take hold and make the most of every single moment of every single day.
That's good. That's good. Latasha has a question for us. Our friend Latasha Martin. I'm going to put it on the screen for everybody to see. But she asked, How do you guys keep the love anew after so many years and a large family? You guys still seem like you really like each other. So she said we seem like we really like every now and again, every now and again, every now and
He's
again.
all right.
You want to answer?
It's just easier to keep him than to get another one.
Oh, hey! Watch out now! Watch out now!
No, I'm playing. Sure, I'll take it, and then you can kind
I'll
of
chime in.
talk to that. So, Philip and I, there's a lot of humor.
We laugh a lot.
We do, we really do, and I think we're very intentional about it. Like, we have serious moments and we have romantic moments, but even in the midst of even those serious and romantic moments, humor always has a tendency to find its way in, right?
Yes, it does.
So we don't take things too serious, like it not over the top serious. So I think that helps. Philip is also kind of the opposite, where he's more laid back than I am, a little bit more like uptight as far as like, regimented kind of thing. And I think that helps. Like he said, we have some qualities that are very complementary of one another, and that just happened. But we also have a high level of respect for where one or the other is different, and willing to lend what we can to help in those areas where there may be lack, and do that freely. We serve each other, and we serve our children. And I know that might sound weird, but both of us just have servant hearts. And I'll say the other thing. We were raised both in families where family is everything.
Yeah.
Ohana, it's like family is forever. No one gets left behind. Our families are super tight. We both speak to our parents every single day. At least one parent, may not be both of them, but we speak to them.
Speaking of that, Mom, I'm gonna call you in a few minutes. I'm gonna call you, Mom.
Okay,
I'm gonna call you.
we're gonna call you. But family's important.
Yeah.
And we're there for each other. We may not always agree and see eye to eye, but we share that really strong, that family is important. And I would say that's what really keeps us together. And yes, we still really do like each other. We both are I don't know. He compliments me a whole lot. He's doing it more now as we're, growing older. But I think, that's just an example of how we show each other that we appreciate each other all the time. I appreciate this man so much. I mean, having a son who lives with autism and a number of other things that are kind of special about him. Philip, just to see him constantly serving our family, and just a lot of the things that he just does selflessly, not only for our family, but for other people and for other people's family, just makes me fall in love with him every day even more. So, sorry.
She was putting a lump in my throat.
I maybe
over
got
here.
a little personal on that one, but no, seriously, I think our, having that strong like foundation, like we both, family is just important. Our parents were high school sweethearts. Both of our parents were high school sweethearts. We are high school sweethearts. We're seeing our children now, like, they're in high school.
Yeah.
And they like a boy. And it's like, oh, this boy might be around for the rest of forever, because that just seems like that's kind of our thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would agree with you. I think the foundation that we have and the example that we have in our parents who've been married how many years? 45. 45 years. So both of our parents have been married 45 years. So to have that example and to see that example, I really think sets a foundation and gives you a lens of what marriage looks like, of what family looks like. So I think for us, we have been blessed to be able to see that and really take ownership of that. One thing that I will add to that is like we're really, really friends. Like not only are we husband and wife and
I enjoy his company,
lovers, but we're really, really friends. And like she's really, really cool to hang out with. And like, I know she would really, really ride or die with me. And I know that, you know what I mean?
Boo, I won't let you die.
Well, we'll ride
you
or
know,
ride
I'll be
together.
packing the pistol.
Right. You know, it's like, you know, like the grass cutting incident, you know, before when I shot the window out and she jumped out with the gun doing the Charlie's Angels role, you know, she's protecting
I
protect
this house.
You know what I mean? like they're little things like
and
that.
And I didn't get mad at him, even though he tried to kill me with a rock.
Yeah. But
because I almost shot at him, so I couldn't really get mad at him. No,
but these are the kinds of things that we do and we laugh, you know. What do we have? We had the possum that came in. That was the possum.
What
was that?
Oh yeah, there was a possum in the hallway. There was a snake in the hallway.
Oh my gosh!
And I was gonna shoot the possum.
She was gonna shoot it, and I was like,
don't
shoot him! Don't shoot him!
Something bad might happen. Like what? The possum's gonna die. That's what's gonna happen. Ain't nothing bad about that. He is hissing in our hallway, and he has got to go. And he's like, "No, don't shoot it." It wasn't because he liked the possum. It wasn't PETA. And PETA don't get mad. Like, I love animals. I'm an animal lover. I am the animal lover in the family.
Oh my gosh!
But the possum had crossed the line. It got in the house, and I was protecting the house. He opened the door. So this man. He gonna use the tool you're supposed to use on a mouse, on a possum that is like 100 times bigger than a mouse.
Oh my gosh!
He trying to beat the mess out of the possum with a broom, y'all.
Hey, but my wife came out. She said, "I'll handle him with this big old gun, right? I'll handle him."
It's not that big. It's a handgun.
Hey, well, whatever it was, I wouldn't expect my wife to come from behind me.
I
wore
the gun. A gun on my hip for like 5. He would not let me shoot the possum.
Could you imagine that? Like, just imagine that.
I mean, it might have got a little messy because it was in the hallway.
It would have splattered everywhere.
But who cleans up?
You see what I'm saying?
I would have cleaned it up. I would have bleached it, you know, removed the evidence, you know, it would have been good.
So we are really friends, right? Like I think that's a big
huge
deal, especially in relationships. You know, we see people who marry each other and 5 years later they're not friends. They're just you know, they become roommates. and that's never
it's just
good.
It's just a thing of convenience. And I think the other thing that I want to add to that now is we're kind of talking about this a little bit more. So the foundation and the example that we've been shown, good and bad. Like our parents, you know, they didn't really hide anything from us, or at least mine never did.
Mm-hmm.
But and to see my parents, like, you know, with each other through, you know, even the tough times.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, and Latasha's comment kind of made me think about it. She said, you know, longevity is not something that's popular. Well, it's popular with us because we believe that marriage is forever.
Yeah.
Like, I am eternally his wife.
Yeah.
I have an internal mindset about marriage. You know, I do this one time. This is my husband. You know, I've committed myself to him and submitted myself to him forever. You know, we say forever, but say eternal from now on.
That's good right
there.
If
you can't replace the word, I love you forever. And you can't replace that with eternal. And you got to check in your spirit. You need to check yourself before you wreck your marriage.
Yeah, that's good.
So
eternal.
I love him eternal. He is the one that I'm supposed to be with. You know, marriage is a commitment.
Yeah.
A covenant. It's not a business deal.
Right.
It's so much more than that. It is really, truly a spiritual thing. And so sometimes people make it things that it is not.
Yeah.
It does not always feel good. It is not always pleasing to the flesh.
Yep.
It does not always, it's not even the thing. It won't make you happy.
Right. Right.
Some people just get married because they think it's what's going to make them happy.
Right.
That's not even it either. So we don't have all day to go into that, but and I think also us seeing and counseling with marriages, it helps us to kind of see what the pitfalls look like. You know, you saw that person whose kids acting up in Walmart and how they handle it, and you're like,
don't do that.
Don't.
Right.
I didn't do that, did I? You know, it's like, you know, that's what not to do, how not to handle something. So we see that, you know, sometimes in the marriages that we counsel of how not to handle things, or how things can just unravel very quickly.
And I'm just gonna say this as we wrap up this question. We make a choice to
Every
do
day.
this every single day. Like every day when I wake up, I choose to love my wife. I choose to be married to my wife and live married to my life and extend this covenant not only to my wife but to God. I make a choice to do that every single day, and it's not dependent upon my feelings, because the one thing that we all need to know and understand, and those of you listening to us today need to know and understand, is that your feelings would change. They will change. There was a song, Feelings Change, People Change. I think it was Expose. Don't check me on that, but I think that's who it was. But anyways, the bottom line is feelings change, but your marriage is not about a feeling.
It's not a feeling.
It's a covenant that you have made together. So just like the weather changes, and it's going to change here in Georgia this week, it was the 60s and 70s, and it'll be back up into the 80s, right? It's the same thing. Marriage is like that. So understand, you just got to make a choice and a commitment to be married, to live married, and to love your spouse.
That's right. Choose.
Yeah.
Choose.
Yep.
Yep.
I choose you.
I choose you.
See. Yep.
Eternally.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw a different wrench at you.
A wrench.
A wrench. I'm gonna throw a different
wrench around there and give me my water. Wrench around.
I'm gonna throw a different one at you real
Okay.
quick. If you could change into any animal for 24 hours, what animal would you be? Like, yeah, if you could change into any animal for 24 hours, what animal would you be?
I'm just going to say the first thing that came into my mind. I would be a fish.
A fish?
Yeah, like
I was not expecting you to say a fish. Like, is there like a particular kind of fish, or just like
in the ocean?
An ocean fish.
Yeah, like not anything specific. May I be like Nemo?
I can see you being Nemo. I can see that. I can see that.
Just keep swimming. I could be Dory. Just keep swimming.
A fish?
Keep swimming. Yes, because that's a place where we can't really survive down there for very long.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, I like risks and I like to explore things, and I would love to see what's in the ocean. And it just would seem like it's so much freedom. Being in the water, it's like anti-gravity almost, just kind of going with the flow. I love the water anyways. And then the beauty of the coral reefs and, just things that my human eyes have never really seen except for perhaps on TV. But now I can experience it, for myself. I want to make sure I'm a fast fish or a big enough fish that other things aren't trying to eat me. But
a fish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, you ever just wonder what's in the bottom of the ocean?
Yeah, I have, but
how beautiful. I mean, gosh, haven't you watched National Geographic and how beautiful the ocean is? Like, man.
Yeah.
It's an uncharted territory. I could go in as a fish and learn some stuff, but nobody knew, and come out and be able to tell everybody. Like, it's just beautiful. And
well, baby, that is pretty awesome. I'm gonna have to take you scuba diving or something. Get you a mermaid costume.
I've been scuba diving, and maybe that's the Little Mermaid song has been on my mind for a while.
Okay, hey, a fish. You heard it here first.
Yeah,
that was new. that was
okay. How about you?
That was new. You
be an animal.
If I could be an animal,
yeah.
Well, I asked you. You got to ask me a different question.
No,
that's how you skirt out of that one.
No, if you could be an animal, okay, not for 24 hours. I'm changing the question. You could be an animal for 12 hours.
If I could be
Y'all
an
see
animal,
how I did that? What animal would you be?
If I could be an animal, I think I would like to be an eagle.
Okay.
I would like to be an eagle.
Mm-hmm.
They have good eyesight.
Mm-hmm.
They fly high. They can get to the top of things. They can go to the top, and they have big, huge claws, and they can eat and tear stuff up. And they're endangered, and nobody can kill them. That's pretty cool. Yeah. An eagle. That's what I would be. Okay. That's what I would be. That's what I would be. That's what I would be.
Yeah, because flying would kind of be my next thing.
Yeah.
But I've kind of sort of flown as a human being, kind of, sort of. I did do the slingshot, so kind of got slung up into the air.
I'm gonna have to show you all her slingshot video as well. I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah, you did that once. I think you already showed everybody. Mm-hmm.
All right, come on. We got 2 more questions. One for you, one for me. Let's go.
Okay, what's the last thing that I did for you that you really enjoyed that we can talk about on here?
The last thing you did that I really enjoyed?
Don't tell all the secret.
Well, let me see.
Now we know why you're married for so long.
Yeah, we have 5 children. Mom's watching.
Oh yeah.
Let me see. Last thing you did that I really, really enjoyed. You do a lot that I really enjoy. Last thing that you did that I really enjoyed. Last thing you did that I really enjoyed that I can share. You're
thinking of.
I think you know, and this will be one that you probably wouldn't think about, but you know, many of you know I'm in the process of this transition, and you know, I remember when all of this happened and it went forward. You know, my wife encouraged me like someone has never encouraged me in my whole life, you know. And simple things. She's like, well, you need a computer, go buy it. You need this, go get it. I believe in you. You can do it. And I think that right there, I mean, even though again, you know, I know you, you know what I'm saying, and you do think, but it was different this time. It was like you gave me the words that I'm standing on even today when you said, listen, go bet on you, and for the first time in your life, you don't worry about everybody else and supporting everybody else, and you go bet on you, and we're going to win this thing together. And that continues to resonate not only in my mind, but like literally like every morning when I'm waking up, I'm hearing that, you know, you go bet on you, you know, we're gonna win this thing. And even though things aren't necessarily perfect and there are a lot of things going, a lot of variables right now, to know that I have your support, and you are undergirding me and praying for me and praying with me and lifting me up, and even when I'm, you know, not feeling the best, you're still there. I continue hearing your voice say things like, we're gonna win this and bet on you, and let's go. So yeah, I think that's how I would answer that question. That's probably non-traditional, and you probably didn't even think I was gonna go there, but yeah, that's the thing that's holding me up. You know, we ask sometimes, how do you hold up like the person who's holding everybody else up, or how do you motivate a motivator, right? Well, they're little subtle things like that get in your shanana or in your spirit person, that won't let you give up, and that has not let me give up. That has not let me you know, go into any other crazy place or create a movie in my mind. So
awesome.
Yep.
Okay.
I ain't giving you no deep one.
No deep one.
What TV shows did you like watching as a kid?
I mean,
look, you done made me almost choke up right there one time. You know what I'm saying? You almost made me cry a second ago. I'm like, I ain't giving you no heavy ones. TV shows.
Okay. So, one of my favorite times always is just being a little kid with Saturday morning cartoons.
What happened to Saturday morning cartoons?
I don't know. They turned into ugly cartoons where cartoon characters pass gas and pick their noses and talk bad about each other. I don't know.
True indeed.
I mean, they just do nasty, foul vulgar stuff.
Yeah.
But no, Bugs Bunny, I mean, Warner Brothers, you know, watching that whole slew of the Acme, you know, you got the Roadrunner and you got the Coyote and you got Bugs and you got Elmer, and, you know, those are just classics. So
yeah.
I would always look forward to Saturday morning cartoons and get up and make a bowl of cereal. And, you know, I don't eat cereal. I don't eat cereal anymore.
Yeah.
But, if I'm ever feeling nostalgic and I just want, I might have a bowl of cereal once a year, maybe.
That was the best.
But man, yeah, that's definitely the best. And then my mom, she likes murder mystery kind of stuff, court, criminal justice stuff.
Right.
And so like Perry Mason, Matlock, Murder, She Wrote, those also had to be, when I got a little bit older, had to be some of my favorites. My mom still watches those things. I'll call her and I'll hear it in the background. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Well, listen, we just wanted to get on here today and really share with you all, answer some more questions and do that kind of thing. If y'all still got some more questions, you can always put it in the comments section here, or you can hit us up in the DMs at our Edge Live Facebook page. Would love to answer your questions and whatnot. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this out. There might be somebody who needs to hear something like this to, give them a little bit of encouragement, give them that little boost that they need to keep on going. We are here every single Sunday, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Facebook Live, doing the Edge Live, sharing with you how to live well in business and in life. That's what we do. This is the Edge Life. And honey, what you got?
Last thing, you know what? We always want to hear from you. We want to put your topic that you want to hear us to talk about on our schedule. So if you've got something just kind of burning on the inside of you, you want some insight, whatever it is, let's take it a little bit further than questions. Shoot us some topics that you'd love to hear us discuss. We'd be happy to, weave you on in there. I know we got some good stuff coming up for you all planned. Next Sunday even.
Next Sunday we have an interview. It's going to be dope.
It's going to be so
Gonna
good.
be dope. Gonna be
We've
good.
never done our According To's live on Facebook that I can recall.
This will be first.
But those are always my favorite. I love talking to other people and hearing their stories and how, God has used them. I've said that before, but this time we're going to be live.
We're doing it live, y'all. We're doing it live. We're going with it. So, hey. We love y'all. We love y'all. Continue living the Edge Life and doing everything that you can to live well, because if you live well, you can lead well. If you lead well, you're definitely going to live well. God bless y'all. Y'all know we had to cap it off with Jesus. Let's go, y'all.
Here we go.
You know we had to cap it off with Jesus. Edge life, you're too close to the ledge. We gon' push you forward a few steps ahead. It's that edge life. Oh, gotta get it in your head, baby. Welcome to the edge life. You're too close to the ledge. We gon' push you forward a few steps ahead. It's that edge life.